welcome back. Man, never say that. Welcome forward into discussion today about resilience. I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to join me on today's journey, today's urgency meeting about resilience. Resilience meaning the pursuit that I believe we all share in common. We all do it differently. We're all created uniquely, but in a special way for the purpose that we were brought here to do. So what I'm sharing with you in these podcast episodes are my experiences from personal, military, corporate, life in general. But I think the common thread for me was discerning or trying to find out in that self-discovery journey about not why I do what I do, how I was able to do it and still be here to talk about it, and maybe sharing with you things that I have done that I would advise you not to do. So on one hand, it could be something you can use as a reference for what not to do, like this guy. But then on the other side, but where it's been successful and helpful, and always, I think, or I observe as on the positive side of life, not the negative side. Certainly, I've done many things that can be considered as negative, but was never my intention or my attention of awareness. However, I'm here to open up the kimono to you, not as pretty as it might be, but at least something you can consider on your journey that I think not to separate us, but to bring us closer together. Today's topic is called Even the Stars. And I'm going to augment this with citing another part of that song that I'm citing here. Even the stars are listening and watching. That is from a song that lady, Miss Jametta Rose, was singing on an album by Mr. Joseph Lineberg. The album is called Astral Progressions. Mr. Lineberg is a fantastic musician and trumpeter, and Miss Jametta Rose was singing on this song called Echoes of One. I have a huge crush on Miss Rose. Just the sound of her voice and the melody and the movement in that song, it's just incredible. So in that song, Echoes of One, that phrase keeps ringing in my ear, in my heart. Every time I hear it, or even when I don't hear it, I'm still thinking about it. That phrase, even the stars are watching. The stars, the heavens, the people you encounter or miss each day, they're watching and listening still too. And you're one of them. You are a star. Don't get twisted with some level of importance or notoriety or famousness. You shine like you do and in your own unique way. With your purpose, with your message, with your voice, with your intention for positive and yes and love in what you produce from that presence I've been asked you to consider in terms of that question, what drives you? So that star thing I'm talking about, I'm calling you today, it's not for the show or the grandeur or the applause. It is not also for the money. But in terms of currency, your currency exists and resides within your presence. Again, I'm asking you to produce from, but before that, to answer that question about what drives your presence. Very similarly to those answers that you seek on your journey, they live within those original, genuine, curious questions that you pose to yourself. Like the one I just said, what drives you? That question, if you pose it to yourself, yes, you probably want that A to B answer. What I'm telling you is when you pose a question like that, what drives you, in a genuine, curious, sincere way, the answer to that question is inside that question. I know I'm asking you a lot for that leap of faith, but I'm telling you, when you produce those kind of questions to and from yourself, to and from your creator, the answers are within that question. So listen and watch, and then do the work aligned with the guidance you receive with those types of questions. And absolutely, without any measure of expectation in your questions. Maybe even considering forming those original, sincere questions based on commands. Let me say that again. Consider forming those original, sincere questions based on commands. Commanding yourself to listen, accept, and produce from the statement within your question. As inspiration, as a nudge, as a kick in the ass to get moving forward. See, even forming a very eloquent and elegant question, that's nice. I still stand by my proposition to you. The answer to that question, it was in the question. But even voicing that question, there's more. Meaning the question, not the answer, the question and the action moving forward on that question. You, your creator, the heavens and the hells and the stars are watching how you move with that question. Meaning, nice to announce it, nice to produce it, nice to state it, to proclaim that question. But then what are you doing with it? Sitting back and now waiting for a miracle to happen? You are the miracle. And you, the miracle, have work to do. Now I know I'm asking for a lot of consideration on your journey, which is one, different from mine. But as said at the outset of the whole 820 enterprise, we have more in common than we have in difference. I'm asking you to use that nudge, that slight push forward, those kind of questions that embolden your presence. So stay resilient in your meetings, in your messages, in your mirrors on your journey. And also, stay present, stay current, and remember, it's still 820.